90% completions, so that's a very strong number, and like Rob said, this is a dangerous quarterback and one of the top guys in the state for sure.
He's only thrown 2 interceptions this year as well. It's also the premier game of the week this week by the Tulsa World, and for the 5th time in 7 games, they are being awarded, if you will, as the premier game of the week in the metro area for the 5th time out of 7 weeks. The other 2 weeks, they were listed as the number 2 game of the week in the metro area. So Jinx continues to play state-ranked teams, tough teams, although their first game of the year against Edmond Santa Fe, they won quite easily. Santa Fe was ranked 5th, and Santa Fe is still looking for their first win of the year. So that game, or that team, a little tainted coming in as a preseason number 5, but nevertheless, the Trojans have faced 7 consecutive state-ranked opponents. They'll face Moore next Friday in Moore, and if Moore wins tonight, they're in the top 10 as well. They don't have to win tonight to stay in the top 10, but if they do that, they will tie a record. Trojans faced 8 straight opponents in 2019, and then started the season in 2021 with 8 straight state-ranked opponents. I mentioned Wade Stanley is their head coach, longtime union assistant. He's been around and certainly has quite a staff and quite a team. This year they are doing very well, 35-8 in the last 4 seasons, including winning 10 in a row on the road and 18 of their last 19 away from home. You mentioned that they are averaging 43.3 points. Owasso's number 1 at 47 points. Bixby 46.8. Jinx is 10th out of 16 teams in Division 6A and Division 1 out of 6A at 26.3. And defensively, Edmond is leading the way. Edmond Memorial 10.7 points. Deer Creek 2nd at 15.8. And Jinx is 4th, giving up just 16.7 points per game. When we come back, we will hear from our player spotlight brought to you by Woodland West Pet Resort. And it is a gentleman that I think you're going to enjoy listening to. Defensive tackle Jack Wiltshire, number 55, a senior, a 3-year starter, who started his first 2 years on offense, but has been moved to defense this year. And you'll be surprised about some of his answers about playing defense or offense. We'll come back with that as we continue with the Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma pregame show here on the Jinx Audio Network.
Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is the region's sports medicine authority, serving as the team physicians for more universities, more high schools, and more club teams than all the other providers combined. At Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, we're focused on providing you with the personalized orthopedic care you deserve. For the area's best teams, and for the athlete in all of us, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is the region's sports medicine authority.
Trojan head coach Keith Riggs has now been on the football staff for over 20 years, helping Jinx to 16 of their 18 state championships. There's another Jinx success story just around the corner from Allan Trimble Stadium that has over 20 years of experience, and that's...
You're still coming in low.
Let David and Christy Watson and A+ show you why they're considered...
The crowd mic was turned up.
Not be aware of the recent storms damaging your roof. So call A+ and let their family take good care of your family. Call A+ Roofing Solutions at 918-GET-ROOF.
Hello, Tulsa. It's your friend Rusty Banks at Classic Chevrolet in Owasso. It's October, it's fall, and you've probably got pumpkin spice in your coffee. Let me tell you what's going on in Owasso. I've still got $22,000 off MSRP on new Chevy Silverados with 0% interest available and no payments until February 2025. When you think Chevrolet, think Classic Chevrolet. Classic Chevrolet of Owasso.
10 seconds.
Still matters.
107,564 MSRP. Sale price at 85,564. All rebates to dealer.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And we visit with number 55, one of the seniors on this team that has been a 3-year starter, Jack Wiltshire. Started on the offensive line. You've been asked to play more defense this year. Mm-hmm. I think that's a compliment to you for the betterment of the program. Talk about that transition and what that was like for you.
I mean, I've always played defense since I was like in 2nd grade when I started playing football. And I always missed it playing because I wasn't really allowed to. But whenever I got back in playing defense, I mean, it was just a dream. I mean, that's go to. I mean, if I were to pick offense or defense, it's definitely that defense.
Really?
Side.
Yeah.
Sure.
Even though you're projected as one of the top offensive linemen in the state of Oklahoma, do you think that's where you will end up playing in college, or do you want to play on the defensive side in college?
Definitely the defensive side.
Really?
I mean, it's more of a flip, but yeah. Definitely defense.
Well, talk about that defensive line. You and Cash and Luke have played really well.
Yeah, I mean, we just last year we were just kind of get this bond, and then over spring we just kind of kept on building and building. Like I trust those guys like with everything. Like we do everything together. We even hang out outside of football and just like during film we're always talking. I mean, we have a great chemistry together. So.
You know, it's a 12-month program, Jack, and you bring up a great point. The chemistry that you guys have, not just on the football field, but during the spring and summer leading into the football season. How important is that?
Oh, it's extremely important. Like all of us this past weekend, we were all together, like the whole football team. I mean, it's just those little things that like really bring this team together, stuff like that.
Yeah, and a lot of players say they miss that more than the games once they're done, right?
Yeah.
You also come from an athletic family, the oldest of 5 children, but your dad played here. He was an all-state player as well, Jason Wiltshire, a tight end and a linebacker. Do you go back and look at his old films, or do you guys talk about his days any?
He likes to bring them up a lot. Like he'll randomly bring up the film on. He hasn't in a while, but he'll always bring up his 4 rings that he got all of high school. So yeah, he likes to joke around with me about.
Gotcha. Do any of your other siblings play sports? In athletics?
Yeah, they're all playing football or either lacrosse. And then my sister, she's doing dance, pom, cheerleading. She's in all of it. So.
Now, do you play lacrosse as well?
I do.
I thought you did. Tell us a little bit about that program. It's not really well known, but a lot of football players play lacrosse.
I think it's great. I mean, Jack Mack, Sam Stone played it for a while. Cash did. I mean, it's just great. Team bonding, chemistry, I mean, just like hand-eye coordination, all of that stuff, like conditioning. It's just...
Goes hand in hand, huh? A little bit.
It helps with football a lot, too.
Yeah, I bet.
All that. Yeah.
What do you want to do when you graduate? What's your aspirations? You have any goals, anywhere to play football, or any major ideas?
I'm just trying to play college ball. I mean, trying to play this year, do the best I can, and see what offers I get, and then... continue on from there.
Well, continued success, man. We'll be watching you next year on Saturdays for sure. Number 55, Jack Wiltshire, starting defensive tackle. We'll come back here in just a minute.
Hi, Lulu. Aw, I love you too.
We know how much love your pet gives. We're Woodland West Animal Hospital, and we are always here for your pet. As one of the largest animal hospitals in Oklahoma, we provide the most comprehensive care, from regular checkups to surgeries and emergencies. We are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, including holidays, to make sure to cover all of your pet care needs. Check us out online at woodlandwestanimalhospital.com. For any of your pet care needs, Woodland West is the best.
Hey, football fans, craving something tasty? Come over to Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills, where deliciousness is always on the menu. From fresh salads and crispy chicken sandwiches to our signature nuggets, we've got something to enjoy. And don't forget to keep up with our seasonal favorites and exclusive offers. Visit us today at
10 seconds.
For the latest updates and special events, follow us on Instagram at CFA Tulsa Hills and on Facebook at Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills. Chick-fil-A in Tulsa Hills, a proud supporter of Trojans football.
Powered by Tulsa Oilers Hockey. This is KOTV Tulsa, KVOO HD2 Tulsa, KHTT HD2 Muskogee, KXBL HD2 Henrietta. It's time for Kickoff, featuring the 18-time state champion Jenks Trojans. Brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, official team physicians of the Jenks Trojans. Matt McCoy Insurance. Bundle and save with your State Farm agent, Matt McCoy, recognized as one of the top agents in Oklahoma. Classic Chevrolet. Ride with the Trojans to the state championship game in a Chevrolet from Classic Chevrolet. A-plus roofing in Jinx. Innovative Air Pros air conditioning and heating. And now offering plumbing solutions. Red Rock Canyon Grill. Enjoy American classics with Southwest Flair. Woodland West Pet Resort and Animal Hospital. Serving you and your furry family 365 days a year. Harvest Bank. donating $1 for every point scored by the Trojans this season to the Trimble Strong Foundation. Now let's head back to the stadium on your home for Jenks Trojan football. 1170 AM News on 6.
Going hot. 3, 2, 1.
And welcome to Allan Trimble Stadium on the campus of Jinx as we get set for tonight's game between the Trojans and the Edmond Deer Creek Antlers, who come in at 6-0, 3-0 in district play, and ranked a number 3 by the Tulsa World in 6A Division I compared to the Trojans, who are ranked number 5. It's the first time these two schools have ever met each other, and we should have some fireworks tonight with Deer Creek again averaging 43.3 points per game on the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Deer Creek Antlers.
The Antlers come onto the field here in a moment. We'll have our coin toss, and it's now time to get our players to bank on. Brought to you by Arvest Bank. Go to Arvest Bank and find out the nearest location near you. 20 locations around the area. We'll start with you, Dr. Fox.
I'm going to go with Jack McAnally. We know he's been a big part of the offense, playing in that H-back position, that fullback position, tight end position. But I think he's also going to help us out a little bit more defensively tonight. We've got some injuries up front, and I think they're going to do some different things with Jack Mack. So looking for a big game from number 8, who's out there with the captains tonight, Jack McAnally.
All right, what about you, Rob Labor?
Yeah, so I'm going with number 28. That's Jalen Cato, the sophomore receiver, really starting to emerge as a weapon in the slot for the Trojan offense. You know, he had that breakout game 2 weeks ago against Norman with 6 catches, followed up last week at Mustang with his first varsity touchdown on a 68-yard catch and run. He's definitely becoming a yak guy. You know, one of my favorite receiver stats is those yards after catch, and just showing all the traits that you want to see at this point in his development, right? Showing the speed, the shiftiness, and most importantly, a very reliable set of hands. So I'm looking to see if Jalen Cato can make it 3 stellar games in a row at that receiver position.
Cato leads the team in receptions with 20, and had, as you mentioned, a big game last night. Harold Allspaw is our official tonight, and he says Deer Creek has won the toss and deferred, and so the Trojans will probably get the ball to start the game. There's a good wind here tonight, blowing out of the south, so it'll be right to left as we look at it into the sharp center, as we have a temperature tonight at 60 degrees right now. And again, the wind's coming at 8 miles per hour, gusting up to 16 miles per hour. It's time to get an injury update, and it is brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. And, of course, they are the team physicians of the Jinx Trojans. For more information, go to aook.com. What do you got, Rob?
Well, tough news coming out of that Mustang game last week, guys. You know, Cash Jacobson left the game with a high ankle sprain. He is not in the lineup tonight, so Cash Jacobson is out. They will sorely miss him along that defensive front. Aiden Jordan, the backup running back, also out. And you know, earlier in the year they lost Trey Mays, who was one of the running back positions. So Aiden Jordan out tonight. They are thin at the running back position. Blake Whittington, of course, who injured his knee several weeks ago, out for the season. But good news on the offensive front with Caleb Barnett, who suffered an injury against Norman, was very limited last week against Mustang, really only played on special teams, but he is back in and should be active tonight, should see more offensive snaps this evening.
All right, good deal. Good to hear about that. Now the keys to the game brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. Honored to offer the best new Chevrolet cars, trucks, and SUVs. Open till 8:30 tonight, 8:30 to 8:30 tomorrow, where a handshake still matters.
Well, this is kind of the mystery game, right? I mean, there's a lot of unknown here. Deer Creek does come in ranked number 3, one of the best quarterbacks in the state. They also have some other great athletes and a big offensive tackle, and yet, you know, they haven't quite played, at least the number of ranked teams that we've played. So I kind of compare this back to the Norman game. We jumped on those guys early and kind of took them out of what they had been used to. And so I think that's really what the plan is here tonight. get these guys out of what they're used to, be very physical. I know that both sides of the ball, they want to be very, very physical with this Deer Creek team. It is their first big test in 6A1, but we know that there's some people down south that weren't shy when they went from 6A2 to 6A1, so that doesn't automatically mean you're scared to be here. The Antlers feel like they have a good team, and we've got to execute well at the beginning and then keep the pedal to the metal all night long by being very physical, play a lot of mistake-free football.
All right, here are your starting lineups brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Tulsa Hills. You can follow them on Instagram and as well as Facebook. And ex-CFA Tulsa Hills, proud to sponsor the Trojans. And let's go over the starting lineup. Since Jinx will start offensively, at Riley Kester will be at left tackle, 6'3", 285 junior. They moved Javion Anti, 6'4", 300-pound senior, to left guard. Zach Cox is the returning starter at center, 5'9", 295 senior. The right guard is Malik Craig, 5'11", 220 junior. The right tackle, Adafe Aruru, 6'5", 280 sophomore. The tight end is Jack McAnally. The wide receivers are Jalen Cato, as Rob Labor talked about, Malachi Dillard, the 5'11", 165 junior, Nate Domek, 6', 170 senior, KD Jones, the starting running back, 5'11", 180 junior, and the quarterback, Owen Jones, 6', 220-pound senior, and, of course, a 2-year starter at QB, and he's had a very good season on his own right as the kick is off, and the Trojans will take over and start this game at the 20-yard line.
Fair catch right there. Well, I do want to note one thing, Don. It's the Pink Out game in honor of breast cancer, and got some special Trojans that we want to talk about later on tonight that are being honored by the Trojan family for this particular game.
So a lot of pink spackling tonight for the Trojans. Uniforms, the Trojans, and they're all black with the pink spackling. They're 2-3 overall in these uniforms, and a handoff to KD. Up the middle he goes to the 25 to the 27-yard line. A nice pickup of 7 to start the game.
It's going to be interesting. Coach Riggs talked about it before the game. Number 3 for them, who is probably one of the leading tacklers in the entire state, Brady Brewer, right now, plays as kind of a deep linebacker. He's kind of free like an old monster back, and he has a lot of tackles on the season, so they're going to have to keep an eye on him tonight.
Cato in motion on 2nd and 3 out of the shotgun. Another handoff, KD off left tackle to the 30, first down, 35 hit, and spins around and down at the 38-yard line, a gain of 11. Cato
Nice
in
pickup
motion on 2nd and 3 out of the shotgun.
Another
handoff, KD
left side
off
of the
left tackle
at the boundary of the Antler defense.
35
and,
hit,
just really nice
hit, and spins around and down at the 30.
For KD to make some runs, similar to like last week, how this offensive line just really picked up momentum throughout the game.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to passes. Jones looks, throws, the sideline caught, and out of bounds immediately at about the 48-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. And the catch, I believe, by Domek?
Yes, Domek right there. He does a great job, just gets past those first down chains and sets it down right there. He's such a great route runner, but also has secure hands. He's just really done a great job as a possession receiver this season so far. Nice job right there.
Here's another quick pass. This is out to Stanford. Samaj to the 50, 45, and to the 42-yard line.
On the ball. Get on the quarterback.
There's an H-back position and a quick position to the outside with Samaj lined up as the wide receiver there. And so McAnally becomes just a lead blocker.
Just like that.
It's fullback leading the way, but they get to it in a little different manner right there. Nice execution.
It's nice to see Owen complete his first 2 passes on those short routes. Here's KD on 2nd and 1, hitting the backfield, falls forward. He got back to the line of scrimmage. And that is about it. It'll be 3rd and 1.
So really the first misfire right there. This is a smaller defensive line, but it's maybe one of the fastest defensive lines that we've seen. So these guys will be trying to use their speed, and right there they got in the backfield and disrupted things for KD.
At the Deer Creek 42-yard line on 3rd and 1, KD down the middle to the 40, first down. And up to about down to about the 37-yard line.
Good.
Move the sticks.
Good. Alex, like that.
In there just for some power football, some power running. Do a nice job of getting the first down and more. So really, really well executed first drive, opening drive right here. Of course, we want to end it in the end zone.
Four carries for KD for 23 yards. He entered the Jinx Trojan record book last week by rushing for over 200 yards. 17th running back, or the 19th running back to do that, and 47 times, and joined his dad, who did it twice in his career.
Came back with a counter play right there, and just guy was able to, defensive lineman was able to get underneath Malik Craig and fall back into the hole before KD could really make much of a run there. But still got a couple yards.
So to bring up 2nd and 8, back to pass. Owen, deep drop, looks, throws the post. He's got a man open. Dillard at the 2, and down at about the 1-yard line.
Nice protection right there for Owen. He had a lot of time to go to the play action pass. Then he's got, the receiver running to the middle of the field. He hits him about the hash, and he has to go back for it, but he goes up in the air to make sure that he's in between the DB. And is able to secure the catch. Nice job right there.
34-yard gain to make it 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Out of the pistol. Handoff KD right down the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown Trojans.
Just a really nice opening drive right there, Rob. Mixing it up with different looks. Inside zone, counter plays, some passes that Owen looked good on. So I'd say you have to be pleased with that first drive, Rob.
Can't ask for a better start than that, guys.
Okay, follow the ball. It's going to be a handoff, okay?
Right where they left off last week.
You got to till down. What are you doing? Till down.
Just over the last few weeks, just a complete and balanced drive to open this football game.
Extra point is good by Noah Carter, and so with 8:23 to go here in the opening quarter, the Trojans indeed drive 80 yards and lead it 7-0. We're back with the kickoff in 1 minute on the Jinx Audio Network and Trojan TV.
At Arvest Bank, we believe in the power.
Hey DK.
Yes.
Who's on the field?
Working
Rob.
with and
His mic is super hot.
Okay, I'll turn him down.
from the ones who are making a difference in big and small ways.
Not a whole lot, but yeah, his was,
Okay.
and it was cutting in and
Yeah,
out.
you cut in there.
We appreciate
We'll fix
everything
that.
you do, and we're proud to work alongside you. Because every community deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
Hello, Tulsa. It's your friend Rusty Banks at Classic Chevrolet in Owasso. It's October, it's fall, and you've probably got pumpkin spice in your coffee. Let me tell you what's going on in Owasso. I've still got $22,000 off MSRP on new Chevy Silverados with 0% interest available and no payments until February 2025. When you think Chevrolet, think Classic Chevrolet. Classic Chevrolet of Owasso, where a handshake still matters.
107,564 MSRP. Sale price at 85,564. All rebates to dealer.
3, 2, 1.
Here's the kickoff, and it's going to be returnable at the 5-yard line. And a nice return by Jalen Davis, one of their top receivers, up to the
MSRP. Sale price at 85,564. All rebates to dealer. Good job, just like that. I should have done that from the start. Replay on that? Yeah.
That was a 9-play, 80-yard drive. KD's 1-yard touchdown plunge gives Jinx the 7-0 lead, and that update brought to you by Window World of Tulsa. Experience their unrivaled Energy Star replacement windows, and you can follow them on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Here's a sweep around the right side to the running back, breaks a tackle, and gets across the 35 up to about the 38 for 3 yards, and that's Jalen Davis, the receiver.
Yeah, they think this coaching staff says that Davis is probably the best athlete on the field for the Antlers, and right there he shows it by being elusive. We had a chance to make a play probably in the backfield, but he eludes the tackle, bounces it back outside, turns something into what should have been nothing there, and of course had a great kickoff return when they got their first possession here as well. So we'll have to keep our eyes on Davis tonight.
They also have another running back who is Lamar Davis, And it's an empty backfield for Adamson, who's back to pass. McAnally gives chase and captures him back at the 25-yard line. Or it's Orlando. Is it Orlando Williams? I can't. No, I think it was Mac.
Yes, Luke McAnally right there does a tremendous job, and that's one of the things that they're nervous about this quarterback is he's able to extend the life of a play lots of times and make things happen. He has a big, strong arm to get it downfield when he's eluding pressure, but McAnally does a nice job of not only getting in the backfield but wrapping him up and securing the sack.
Nice play by number 58, the sophomore, his second sack of the year. Luke comes in as the sixth leading tackler on the team. His brother Jack is leading tackler, and he's back to pass again, and he's in trouble, and down he goes again.
It's a beautiful call right there. They've got an X-Stut. They're twisting with Pangburn and with McAnally, having those guys play some games there in the middle, going to a different gap, and tremendous play there on third down. Good call, good execution.
It looks like Pangburn was in on the sack along with a couple others. Here's the punt. And Jinx will take over just inside the 20-yard line. So nice punt.
Well, guys, we mentioned Cash Jacobson being out with that leg injury tonight, and it was always going to be interesting to see kind of, how that defensive line looked and how that unit would function without the big man in there. And Rhett Pangburn making the most of his opportunity, I think, with some big answers on that first drive. Back-to-back sacks from McAnally and Pangburn to say, hey, defensive line came to play tonight.
Indeed, trying to make an early statement. So the Trojans have the ball back, leading 7-0 midway through this first quarter. And the Trojans will get a 5-yard penalty for being hasty on the left side. Came out of his stance before the snap.
Yeah, I think both left guard and left tackle were anticipating something a little different right there. But our defensive line played really well last week and put a lot of pressure on Mustang's quarterback, even without getting to the sacks. But so far in that opening drive, they not just penetrated, but went ahead and finished it off with 2 big sacks right there.
1st and 15 now from the 14. Jinx in their all-black uniforms, white numerals. Deer Creek, and they're all road white. Here's a fake pass right, and then Owen can't find anything and has to throw it away. Only 1 interception this year for Owen Jones. Comes into this game, 58% completion rate, only 1 pick, 1,214 yards passing, 8 touchdowns.
They had KD right there going in a quick speed motion to the wide side of the field, fake it to him, trying to come back to Cato. Rob's player to bank on, and it looked like it was the Antlers defensive secondary player to bank on right there because they were all over him, and then Owen wisely, instead of trying to force something, just threw it away.
2nd and 15. Katie in the backfield, into block, now slips out, and a screen pass to him. He gets up to the 20, 25, first down, 30, 34-yard line for Katie, and a gain of 20.
Beautiful job. The linemen do a great job of setting it up, but you got to give it up for center Zach Cox. He pulls and he gets out in space, blocks downfield about as well as anybody right there, and he was doing a great job of helping get KD across that line to gain for the first down.
3 receivers to the right in Cato, Dillard, and Sam Stone. Domek is split to the left. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. They go with KD trying to go left. Gets hit in the backfield and dropped. That'll be a loss of a yard or 2.
Yeah, just didn't have the outside zone right there to the short side of the field. KD is able to give that famous stiff arm to the first guy, but there were just too many white shirts around him, and they swallowed him up.
So a loss of a yard. 7 carries, 25 yards for number 2. Being recruited by everybody, OU, Alabama. He's already had offers. Back to pass is Jones. He fires over the middle to Domek. First down to midfield. Nice move by Nate. Gets an extra 5 yards. Dropped inside the 45 to the 43-yard line.
Rob looked like he wanted to put a little shake and bake on that after the catch.
Definitely a little shimmy in the hips there from Nate Domek. Good to see him and how involved he is early in this game. had a touchdown reception last week against Mustang and really got off to a hot start this year and then had a little bit of a dip sort of mid-season, but great to see him active and showing off those hands and some more of those yak yards that I like to talk about, right? More yards after catch.
25 yards total on the play. KD down the middle to the 40 and cut down at the 37-yard line. That'll be good for 5 yards.
Yeah, and that's their monster back. That's the guy that makes so many tackles for them, number 3, Brady Brewer. But, this time he's making it closer to the secondary instead of the line of scrimmage where he's made a lot of plays just running downhill using his speed and athleticism. He's a great wrestler, too, and he's built like one. But fortunately, we were able to get about 4 or 5 yards before he was able to come up and make the play.
2nd and 5 from the Deer Creek 37-yard line. Trojans, I think, are going to get a motion penalty against them. But we'll see.
Well, and Coach Fox, on that first drive, we talked about the offensive line and just the run game, and KD picking up where he left off in this O-line unit as well. I think the pass protection has been outstanding so far. There's been multiple times where Owen Jones has had a lot of time to survey the field, scan, go through his progressions, pick the open man, let those routes develop. It's been really good so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, that throw to Domek, you're exactly right, because that was kind of a long developing middle route that he was able to have time to look for.
The only incompletion he's thrown was on purpose. Here he throws a little hitch, caught by McAnally, the tight end, and cut down at the 35-yard line. That'll be good for 7 yards and make it 3rd and 3.
Those aren't 20-yard, 30-yard passes downfield, but they're so effective because they're high percentage, but they're also he's spreading the ball out. And Sam Stone is coming in for McAnally right now. I love it when Sam is in on offensive set, but able to hit some deep balls over the middle, some shorter stuff over the middle, and just some little hitch routes, choice routes right there to the tight end.
6 of 7 passing for number 12, the Jinx quarterback. They show blitz, they drop back. Owen drops back, throws over the middle, caught by Samaj Stanford to the 15 to the 10. Spins forward inside the 10 and dropped at the 8-yard line. It's great to see number 4 on the offensive end of the ball.
We know that Sam Stone gets a lot of people looking because he's been effective as an offensive offensive receiver, and so Samaj is able to come underneath the coverage, just underneath Sam Stone, and a nice play right there.
KD going left side, drives inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. That should be good for 5 yards.
They definitely want to finish this drive off. This is what they wanted. They wanted a fast start. They wanted, Deer Creek to face something they have not faced. So the defense got them 3 and out, and great first opening drive. We want to finish this drive in the end zone that's in the red zone now.
They've outscored their opponents 290 to 65 this year. He looks for KD in the backfield. He's covered. Owen's in trouble. He's going to run it to the 5, to the 2, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Well, he does a nice job when he pulls the ball down. We know he's a tough kid. He's a tough runner. But got to give it up for Aruru right there, because once he sees his quarterback scrambling, he seals off the last guy that has any chance with a pretty vicious little block right there. Just kind of caves that pursuit in, and Owen's in the end zone. Great job.
Here comes the extra point from Noah Carter. Snap from Braxton Hart, the hold by Jake Flowers, and the kick to our right is up and right down the middle. So with 2:53 to go opening quarter, the Trojans have opened up a 14-0 lead on number 3 ranked and undefeated Edmond Deer Creek, 14-0 on the Jinx Audio Network and Trojan TV.
5 years ago, the late Allan Trimble created the Extra Mile to honor the parents and caregivers of children with special needs by...
I think we've got it dialed now, DK.
Yeah,
for children aged 3 to 13 years old.
So we should
while
be okay
parents
now.
And caregivers...
Sounds real good.
Their children...
About as good as these boys are looking right now.
Activities in a safe and medically supported environment. Find out how you can be a part of this amazing evening, Saturday, November 9th, by going to TrimbleStrong.org or find them on social media.
When you doggy parents go on vacation away, I know the best place for your pets to stay. That's Woodland West. It's the Ritz-Carlton for pets. Doggy daycare, luxury suites, live webcams, training, and more. Even sport-themed rooms for the teams you adore. So next time you plan to go out of town, put us to the test. We'd love to...
10 seconds, DK.
Is the best.
Woodland West Pet Resort, 918-299-5720. That's 918-299-5720. Or online at woodlandwestpetresort.com.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Here's the kickoff against a strong breeze, and so it'll be returnable, but only up to about the 11-yard line. What a nice play by the Trojans on special teams.
I think that was Logan Finch that got in there. Nice job by Finch. And, Finch was going against Brewer. We talked about him. He's not only a great football player, but a great wrestler. And Finch looked like he went for the low level right there.
He
and
did.
Took him to the ground. Nice takedown by Finch.
Tom Graham, our webmaster for JinxTrojanFootball.com, checks in, says things are going well on the News on 6 app and the streaming on Trojan TV. Tom's retiring at the end of this year has been an instrumental part of this program and one of the top high school football websites in the country. Here's a throwback. Oh, and it's a nice play up to the 15, to the 20, first down, 30 or 26-yard line. They faked the reverse to 24, Lamar Davis, their running back, and then threw back to him.
Yeah, well-designed play right there. Pangburn does a good job of chasing it down from the back, but, they definitely did pick up the first down there.
Gain of 15 up to the 25-yard line from the 10. So from the 25, here's the quarterback trying to run. Ooh, Sam Stone says, not in my territory, and down he goes. Sam, by the way, needs one more tackle to hit the 300 mark. We said it a couple of weeks ago, but after conferring with Adam Gaylor, he goes back and looks at the tapes, and he's a lot harsher on whether it was a tackle or not than our statistician, Craig Bowman. So Adam says he needs 2. He said he had... coming into the game, he had 41 tackles, so he needed 2 tonight to get to 300, one of 5 players to do it.
So he's 299 right now, I guess, if I can do the math correctly.
Second down and 9 after the gain of 1. Grady Adamson, Georgia Tech commit at quarterback, steps up and throws, and it's almost picked.
Well, Pangburn and McAnally and Wiltshire, those defensive linemen are doing a great job. Just like last week, they didn't hit the quarterback a lot, but they really made him uncomfortable. Mustang's got a great quarterback, and he never looked comfortable in the pocket all night. And right there, Adamson is a big physical presence. He's got Trojans hanging on to him. He almost throws a pick right there. They're doing a great job with that three-man defensive front right now.
So, on third down and 9, they throw, and it's caught for a first down up at the 35-yard line and wrestled down by 3 Trojans.
Yeah, just backed off there in zone coverage, and so Adamson is able to get it there quickly, and unfortunately, he throws past the flat player, hits that window right there, and enough to give him a first down.
Ball up to the 39-yard line after the gain of 13. Here's a running play for Davis, and nowhere to go. Down he goes in the backfield.
Brody Henderson, I know that's a guy that Rob has a halftime interview with Adam Gaylor, and I know Coach Gaylor is really high on the way Henderson has played so far this season, Rob.
Yeah, he's very complimentary. Brody, I wouldn't say just a prize for this defense, but definitely a guy who was a little bit unknown coming into the season, and they ask him to do a lot, right? Playing the D-line, playing the linebacker position, drops into coverage, and just a really smart, effective football player for the Trojans this year.
2nd and 10, pressure's on. They throw over the middle. It's caught for a short gain of 4 yards to Lamar Davis. He's caught in the open field by Brody Henderson.
So this will be interesting. The last time they were backed off in coverage, it was like 3rd and 9, and now this is about more like 3rd and 6. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this. You definitely think that Adamson's going to put the ball in the air. They just haven't had any success running the ball, and they're probably going to let the first quarter run out.
That will be the end of the first quarter, brought to you by A-Plus Roofing, locally owned and operated by David and Christy Watson, with over 20 years of experience in the metro area. After one period of play, it's Jinx 14, Edmond Deer Creek nothing on the Jinx Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Hi, this is Matt McCoy. While playing on championship teams under Coach Trimble at Jinx and under Coach Stoops at OU, they
no matter the challenge. Rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further for our customers, our employees, and our tribe. We march forward together in the pursuit of excellence because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal Hospital.
MattMcCoyInsurance.com. We've got halftime interviews coming up. We'll let Eric tell you about his halftime interview around campus with Eric Fox after this play, which is 3rd and 6 for Deer Creek up at the 43-yard line. For Grady Adamson, the quarterback, back to pass. Has time, it's batted in the air, incomplete. Wiltshire knocked it away, incomplete. The receiver went and picked it up, but it was behind the quarterback. They're going to say incomplete, so it's 4th down. And Eric, your halftime guest.
Great job by Wiltshire getting pressure and then getting his hands up. But I had a great conversation with Cody Davis. Not only is a Trojan alum, he was Mr. Jinx High School back in the day, and he has come back, and he is currently our Director of Performing Arts. So it's great to talk to him about everything that's happening in the world of performing arts, and great conversation. So really glad we got a chance to talk to him.
So the second possession for Deer Creek evaporates the last 2 minutes, 53 seconds of the first quarter, but they'll have to punt the second play into the second quarter. And another great kick. This one, though, goes out of bounds by Adamson. His first punt was 61 yards.
I think that first one, Samaj actually thought about coming up to get it, and then he stepped away from it, and it took a big bounce for the Antlers. And of course, we know that Adamson is a great athlete, can do a lot of different things, and but still really good field position for this Trojan offense in their third drive of the night.
Against the wind, only a 17-yard kick after a 61-yard kick earlier. So here come the Trojans up 14-0 against the number 3 ranked undefeated Antlers. First time we've ever met Deer Creek. They're out of Edmond. Not part of Edmond Public Schools. Of course, that's Edmond, Santa Fe, Edmond North, and the original Edmond, which is now Edmond Memorial, as KD will take a loss here on first down.
And we got a new quarterback in there. Rob, looks like Owens is being checked out on the training table.
Yeah, he was hit hard on that touchdown run, guys, and got up, but was in some obvious pain coming off the field and didn't think much of it, but now being checked out. And they've got Landon Kazar in there, who saw some time last week against Mustang, even threw a touchdown pass, but hopefully Owen can go back in here pretty shortly.
There's a swing pass out to KD, and he drops it.
Yeah, it looked like KD was coming into the boundary, coming into our sidelines, just a little out route there from the flat, and looked like KD was trying to check out where the pursuit was coming from with his plan to turn upfield and make something happen after the catch. But that's one that I know he wishes he had back.
By the way, KD needs one more carry to pass Bobby Klink on the all-time list at number 7, and this pass is short for Caleb Barnett, who's into the game, and so it'll bring up a 4th down.
Pretty good protection there. That's one that Landon wishes he had back, so just kind of threw it at the feet of Barnett as he was coming across there, and So I saw Landon and Owen throwing the ball on the sidelines before that series, and they were checking out that shoulder, and looks like they're going to have to check it out a little bit more for Owen.
So here's Caleb Dillard to punt. 33-yard average. He gets it away down the middle. Well, now to the outside hash at the numbers near side, right to left, and it'll roll dead at the 21-yard line. So a nice 41-yard kick for Dillard.
Yeah, Owen Jones is making his way into the locker room, so it looks like there's going to be some further examination there in the locker room, and we'll keep you updated as quickly as we can down here.
He was on his way to a big night. Let's hope he can come back. 7 of 8 passing. So when I had him in that first quarter. So Deer Creek gets the ball back, down 14-0. Quarterback trying to run and nowhere to go. Too many black shirts there for the Trojans. Wiltshire led the way.
Wiltshire, Jack McAnally, Sam Stone coming up. I mean, there were a lot of guys. All Brody Henderson came from the backside as well. There were a lot of Trojan defenders all over that after they faked the handoff to the tailback, and he tries to keep a quarterback going over the left side, but there was nothing there.
Generous spot at the 21, the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. Adamson now back to pass. And he airs it out. He's got a man open, but it's incomplete, just overthrown. Trojans had it covered by Caleb Dillard.
Yeah, nice ball. He gets the ball out quick, and he gets it. He's got that great arm strength, as we mentioned. Great baseball player, shortstop, pitcher, does a lot of different things for them on the baseball team, and you could see that arm strength just really got it out there. So they're taking out a lineman, and they're bringing in Zach Fisher as an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd and long.
So Owen Jones to the locker room, the Jinx quarterback who just committed this past week, verbal commitment to UCO. 3rd and 10 at the 21. Adamson back under pressure, fires complete, 1st down. Caught by Davis, Jalen Davis at the 32-yard line, ridden out of bounds by the cornerback, Cooper Shickley.
Yeah, Coach Gator not happy with that execution. They brought in an extra guy to put pressure on the quarterback, and it looks like there's a little bit of confusion among the linebackers exactly pre-snap, and then they just caught us on an out route just 1 yard past that line to gain. So they're going to take Fisher back out and bring Pangburn back in as an extra defensive lineman.
First catch of the night for number 5, Jalen Davis. They're without their top receiver, Mason Smith. He was one of the captains, but was in street clothes tonight, so he did not dress out on this night that has a full moon on fall break, and Adamson has nowhere to go on 1st and 10.
That full moon carry was scary right there as he ran into Wiltshire, and again, those guys on the left side just seeing nothing but being back in black, and just the defensive line play the last couple of weeks just been outstanding, making it really hard, especially on the run.
And again, they're playing without maybe their best defensive lineman, Cash Jacobson, tonight, who was out with a high ankle sprain. 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play action, caught. Oh, he gets by one man, but then falls down at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 for Jalen Davis, and so it's 3rd and 2 coming up.
Robbie really gets the ball out quick, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. You can see why he's completed 72% of his passes. I mean, very accurate. I think Davis actually maybe did the Jinx defense a favor there because he sort of jumped back a little bit. If he had dove forward, probably would have easily had the 1st down, but as a result, 3rd and short.
So 3rd and 2 from the 40, and here is quarterback sneaking for the 1st down.
Interesting concept right there. He comes up like he's going to audible something, and he just steps underneath center and gets the quick snap and pushes ahead, and they pick up the 1st down easily.
Let's hope we don't have to see that again tonight. Gain of 3. 6 carries for minus 14 yards right now for Adamson. So it's a 1st down. Their 4th 1st down of the night. They trail the Trojans 14-0 early 2nd quarter. Here's the pressure by Pangburn. And Adamson has to throw it away, incomplete.
And I don't know how that's not ineligible receiver downfield because their tackle was drive blocking the entire way. He was 8 yard down from the line of scrimmage. I know he threw it out of bounds, but that was a pass play, and they had their left tackle running an out route, basically, where he ended up.
Scores brought to you by Classic Chevrolet in Owasso. Union in the second quarter at home leads UConn 28-13. Broken Arrow tied with Norman North 14-14. Owasso leading at Edmond Memorial 25-0. That's the other district. Here's Brody Henderson giving chase, and Adamson has to throw that one away.
Henderson does a great job, just uses his speed to get there. Adamson is trying to pull up and find somebody downfield. And again, it's something that the first 6 games of the season, he's had a fairly easy time doing. But right there, Henderson is catching up with him, and as he tries to pull up, there's just nowhere to get it. So he has to flip it out, basically just throwing it away.
In the other district, Westmore at home leading Santa Fe 3-0. I'll give you the scores of the Jinx district. Bigsby leading at Enid second quarter 35-7. Here is a play action. Adamson back to pass on third down. Pressured out of the pocket. He's got some room. Hager can't catch him. Neither can the guy out of the secondary, Stanford. And Adamson's going to have a first down.
Yeah, got really good pressure right there. And those are the kinds of plays that Adamson has been able to make with his feet. When he's gotten pressure in his face, he was able to get outside contained, outside Henderson there. And then once he got outside Henderson, he had a full head of steam and used that locomotive to get past the first down chains.
Gain of 10 and a first down. And in Jinx territory for the first time tonight. Here's a running play to their backup running back and cut down. Stanford comes up and shows you why he might be the top recruited player by the time he's done here at Jinx.
Outstanding job coming up on run support. Rob has talked about how well he has done in the run game, and he comes up and he makes a tackle for a loss from his safety position out there on the edge against a good running back, but he makes a solo one-on-one tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Junior Yimbai loses a yard on his first carry. 2nd and 11 from the Jinx 48-yard line. Midway second quarter, Trojans up 14-0. Brody Henderson gets held. There's a flag down. Adamson's running to the 40, out of bounds for a first down, but this is going to be brought back.
I know Rob likes it when I talk about officiating, so I'm going to kind of stay back out of that. But I'm glad you saw that too, Dom, because Brody was about to make a sack or have a good play on a sack when that happened. Go ahead, Rob. Make fun of me.
I was just going to say, when you talk about officiating, maybe that's when you transform into Dr. Decibel. And when you're talking about stats, that's the Dr. Decimal moments there, you know. Guys, we got a quick update from down here on the sidelines on Owen Jones. He's back out of the locker room, and it looks like he will try to warm up a little bit and see how that throwing shoulder is feeling, see if he can go back in the game. He's down here throwing some passes on the sidelines.
Well, as Eric mentioned, there's not many tougher players on this team than Owen Jones. 2nd down and 20. They move it back to the 42. Here's a fumbled football picked up by Jalen Davis. Back at the 30 and falls down at the 29-yard line.
I don't know, Rob. They looked like they were running the reverse, but it looks like the guy that he flipped the ball to didn't realize that it was reverse, thought it was maybe fake reverse. And so they just left a pigskin rolling around pretty close to you, Rob. I thought you might scoop and score.
Yeah, it was coming my way. I was ready. Had the hands team out here on the sidelines, but that was ugly all the way around if you're wearing blue and white. And either way, even if that had been a completed reverse or a well-executed reverse, I think the Trojans had it covered pretty well, and they bottled him up once the ball hit the turf.
Trojans up 14-0. Here's a 3rd and 33. And a pass out in the flat, caught at the 35, tackled well short of the first down, is Corby Moore. Up to the 35, a gain of 6.
Sandstone does a great job there, coming in, bringing up pressure. So Jack McAnally is sitting on top of that route, makes first contact, and then DJ Carter comes over from his corner position to finish that up. Great defensive series right there.
And here's the kick. High kick, short kick, and out of bounds at midfield. So the Trojans will get great field position, leading 14-0, and let's see if Owen Jones is going to come back into the game.
I don't think quite yet, guys. Still kind of working through some warm-ups down here, so maybe another series at least before we have a final decision on that. But Coach Fox, going back to that Jinx defense, I mean, really the only gripe you could have so far is that they've given up a few third down conversions. That won't make Adam Gaylor happy, but other than that, nothing significant down the field. They've done a great job in the quarterback run game. They've got a great job of getting pressure on Adamson tonight, so I think overall defensively you've got to be really satisfied with what you've seen so far.
1st and 10 at the 49, Deer Creek 49. Here's a little screen caught to the 40. First down to the 33-yard line to Jalen Cato, the sophomore receiver who's been lights out, as Rob Labor told you in the pregame the last 3 weeks. That's his 21st catch of the year that leads the team.
And what he does so well that Rob mentioned is he just accelerates after he catches that ball, and he has such great acceleration. He's able to find the gap in the zone and set it down and then speed back up. And nice job and nice completion for Landon.
First completion for Gazar into the game. Here's a handoff KD, and that run right there from the 32 to the 25 for 7 yards will give him 11 carries in the game and passes Bobby Klink for 7th place on the all-time leaders as far as rushing the football. We'll try to get more into that as we move along.
I think what's also been neat to see about this offense is just the number of different guys who have touched the ball tonight. Obviously, we know about KD and Owen Jones, but Malachi Dillard has a catch. Samaj, you've got Cato, you've got Domek, you've got McAnally making plays, touching the football. So really a well-rounded approach from this Trojan offense so far.
Yeah, and they've targeted Caleb Barnett once as well. Here's a 2nd down and 3, and KD powers forward close to the first down marker. They'll move the sticks. Gain of 4.
Yeah, and I like what they're doing. They're putting Landon in situations that are very manageable. They're using the run game. They're looking for reads that are relatively quick. He can get the ball out of his hand. I just like the way that they're kind of taking care of this ball in this series for this quarterback.
Back to pass here, and he throws it out to KD. Good pass to the 20. 15, great move to the 10. Another great move to the 5. Gets a block, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. That is why number 2 might be the best running back in the state of Oklahoma.
Well, give it up to Landon. He sees that he's getting some pressure around him. He gets it out to KD, and then KD puts an amazing move, breaking the guy down. His first threat, he's able to pick up a block by Cato to get him into the end zone. Great downfield blocking. Just really good execution all the way around. But KD uses the shake and bake move right there initially to break past that first defender.
Trojans to our left now with 4:10 remaining first half, and the kick is up and good. So we'll take a break. Again, just over 4 minutes left in the first half, and the Trojans 21. Edmond Deer Creek, nothing. This is Trojan Football on the Jinx Trojan Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Hey, football fans, Craven.
Hey, DK, when we come back, I'm going to do a quick ID.
Okay.
Always on the menu. From fresh salads and crispy chicken sandwiches to our signature nuggets, we've got something to enjoy. And don't forget to keep up with our seasonal favorites and exclusive offers. Visit us today at Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills. And for the latest updates and special events, follow us on Instagram at CFA Tulsa Hills and on Facebook at Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills. Chick-fil-A in Tulsa Hills, a proud supporter of Trojans football.
There's no better place for your best friend to stay than Woodland West Pet Resort. With 17,000 square feet of fun, you can both take a no-guilt vacation. Relax, both of you. Pick up a new skill. Chow down on some well-deserved vacation food. Make new friends. Have a spa day. And finally, come home to your best friend. Woodland West Pet Resort. Sit, stay, and play. Located next to Woodland West Animal Hospital off Highway 75 in the Jenks exit.
With you now.
Okay.
Powered by Tulsa Oilers Hockey. This is KOTV Tulsa, KVOO HD
5 seconds.
HD2 Muskogee, KXBL HD2 Henrietta.
3, 2, 1.
So some good Jinx defense, and then a short punt allows the Trojans to go 49 yards in 4 plays and get a 21-yard pass Reception by K.D. Jones, who catches it near the line of scrimmage and races in for his second touchdown of the night. And the Trojans lead 21-0.
Hey guys, can we all just admit that we're getting a little spoiled here watching K.D. Jones? I mean, we're so accustomed to seeing this guy make the ordinary look extraordinary. I mean, just a little swing pass. He's got defenders out in front of him, and just a couple moves, and then the burst, and he's in the end zone. I mean, it's really special to watch from down here on field level how simple this guy makes this game look.
No kidding, and he's got another year to go. Here's Adamson on the run, coming right. Tries to step up the throw, and the defense won't allow him to do it. And a nice job of tackling in the open field by the Trojans at the 20-yard line, so that'll be a no gain on the play, and the tackle by Luke McAnally.
Well, handed up to the McAnally brothers right there, because Jack comes up from his linebacker position when he rolls out and is able to make him put the brakes on the first time, and he eludes Jack, but little brother Luke is right there. We say little brother, but Luke's a lot bigger than Jack. He's doing a great job, and he gets past Luke a little bit, but Luke shows his athleticism as well and reaches back and trips him up to stop him at the original line of scrimmage.
That drives, Marie, 4 plays, 49 yards, brought to you by Arvest Bank, the perfect bank for your changing world. Again, Arvest donates $1 for every point scored by the Trojans this season. Here's a timeout. So we'll stay here and run down some other scores in the Jinx district. Norman leads at Moore 14-7. Norman right.
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further for our customers, our employees, and our tribe. We march forward together in the pursuit of excellence, because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
And he is also, Rob Labor, part of the injury report tonight, brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I failed to mention that in my pregame report. Thanks for the reminder there, DK. A couple too many reps in practice for old Coach Riggs, I guess, but no, has a stress fracture in that left foot, so he's in a boot tonight, hobbling along the sidelines, doing his thing as always, but yeah, a little banged up, but playing hurt tonight is Coach Riggs.
Well, we talk about game time adjustments. One of the game time adjustments, only the head coach is supposed to be able to call a timeout, but coach didn't know if he'd be able to chase the official down the sidelines if he needed to call a timeout. So he officially gave Coach Gaylor and Coach Wilkinson timeout controls as well. Coach Wilkinson said he didn't want them, so it may just be Gaylor tonight.
Second down and 10 from the 20, and Adamson's in trouble again. He's going to roll out and run to the 26-yard line, and Brody Henderson makes sure he doesn't get any farther. Gain of 6, 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, again, Adamson is really good at extending the life of a play that looks like it's kind of dead on arrival, and he's able to get outside the pocket, but really disciplined football. Henderson is not only playing his coverage zone, but he sees the quarterback past the line of scrimmage, and he's able to come up, and then Adamson takes a step out of bounds before he encounters a Trojan welcome by Brody Henderson right there on the sidelines.
Edmond Creek moving up from 6A Division II this year. And speaking of 6A Division II, big game tonight. Number 2 Stillwater tied at number 3 Choctaw, 14-14 in the first quarter. And we have yet another timeout here called by Deer Creek. Trojan football brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Matt McCoy, just over 10 years in business and already regarded as one of
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
Mention one of those is today is the 1-year anniversary that Coach Gaylor shared with his defensive unit, the 1-year anniversary of Kinsey Gaylor, his wife's last radiation treatment, and she has done very, very well, and such a tremendous warrior and supporter, and this whole Trojan family wrapped themselves around the Gaylor family. But also one of the honorary captains tonight was Jennifer Brown, a French teacher, avid teacher, just an incredible teacher leader, former high school teacher of the year for us, and she has done a tremendous job against her battle with breast cancer as well. So great to honor those two on the night like tonight.
She was part of the coin toss tonight. Here's Adamson running all the way, coming right, nowhere to go. Gets a yard, and that's about it. There are 5 black shirts to lead the way, including Sam Stone. The clock will continue to run. They say it's actually no gain for Adamson, so it's 4th and 4 from the 26-yard line.
Stone is there, Wiltshire is there, Pangburn is there, Luke McAnally is there, Brody Henderson is there, Shockley is there. I mean, just a host of Trojan defenders. And they did say they stopped the quarterback before he was shoved out of bounds. That's why the clock is still running. It'll be interesting to see if they go back with Owen Jones here. I know he's been warming up, or we have a 2-minute offensive drill with the backup, Landon Kazar.
4th punt of the night for Adamson. His first one with the wind was 61 yards. The 2 here in this quarter against the wind have gone for 17 and 30, and Deer Creek has to burn their final timeout with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the half. Let's run down some scores in 5A, brought to you by...
On this field of stars and stripes, champions are born. Here, the Friday night lights offer a different view, where the lines of protection extend from sea to shining sea, and the bravery to tackle challenges extends on and off the field of battle. At Cherokee Federal, we stand with our warfighters. We work 24/7 to build strategic solutions, solve complex challenges, and serve our military and veteran community with compassion and heart. For every star, every stripe, we stand committed to supporting America's greatest team.
And they're down early third quarter, 60-57.
Reminds me when Charlie Sheen did that for Cleveland back in Major League against the Yankees.
Ricky Vaughn.
That's right. I know you like a good Ricky Vaughn reference, Rob.
Baseball's
always love the Wild thing being brought up.
Another baseball game going on, the National League Championship Series. The Mets need to win tonight, down 2-1, but they trail the Dodgers 3-2 after 3 innings at Citi Field in Queens. Here's Adamson back to punt. They just burned their last timeout, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, they called 3 on that one drive.
Sure did. Samaj Stanford is back. Last Trojan to return a punt for a touchdown, Jaden Patrick. Stanford catches it at the 40. Not much room, and is out of bounds near the 50-yard line.
Nice job right there by Stanford, and I think he's going to look to maybe go in on this offensive series right here. And I think Owen Jones got his helmet, and he might be back in there. But it'll be interesting to see, since Deer Creek doesn't have any way to stop the clock with 2:10 here, if the Trojans try to go for a 2-minute offensive drive. Of course, their yardage, their field position is pretty good right here. And Kazar is back still at quarterback.
Domek, McAnally, and I believe that's Cato split to the right, one receiver to the left. They run at KD on a sweep left, and boy, he finds an opening. 40, caught from behind and down at the 31. Another outstanding run by the All-State running back, junior KD Jones.
I think the Antler defense was like most people in the stadium, thought that KD was stopped for pretty much no gain, and just what Rob has said, he makes the extraordinary look very ordinary in the way he goes to work and gets past that level to get into the secondary.
22-yard gain. Another running play, not much here, down the near hash mark.
Yeah, you can count me among those in the stadium who thought that play was over. I thought they had him dead to rights, guys, and then all of a sudden he's coming right at me down the sidelines.
He's coming up right now. He's kind of shaking that right hand and shoulder out a little bit, coming off the bottom of the pile.
14 carries, 70 yards for KD. Kazar winds, fires, and overthrows Cato down at the 5-yard line. Showed a good arm there for the sophomore quarterback, Landon Kazar, who came in late last week in the fourth quarter, and his first varsity pass was a touchdown to Nate Domek.
So Domek's the outside receiver there. He's running a post pattern, and Cato is breaking to the flag or to the bench route there, and he just leads Cato a little bit. Domek clears, but it might have been late because they had number 3, that extra monster back, sitting back there, kind of sitting on top of Domek.
The win at their back in a minute 23 remaining first half, up 21-0. Kazar goes left, this time in the end zone, and nobody there at the goal line. So it's 4th down.
Yeah, Dillard had broken the route off and was sitting there at the sidelines, and for whatever reason, Landon thought that he was going to take it on to the fade route to the end zone, and so he threw it to the end zone, and they're not bringing on a field goal unit, but they do have 3 timeouts if they need them.
Jay Wilkinson, the offensive coordinator. 4th and 6. Kazar back, has time, and throws, and in trouble, but caught at the 7 to the 5, 1st and goal. And I believe that is either Caleb, or I believe that's Cato who made the catch. He reached in and took it away from the defender.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got a flag back here, guys, right around the line of scrimmage. I think this one may be coming back.
Yeah, they told the chain crew to stay in, so it wasn't a late hit on the quarterback. It was a hold, and so this is going to come back, and Riley Kester is pleading his case to line coach Doug Greenwood, saying that he kind of got pulled down. But this is going to come back. Of course, they have to take the penalty because if they don't take the penalty, it's a first down for the Trojans. So they'll replay 4th down from a little bit farther away.
They move it 10 yards back, so it's 4th and 16 from the Deer Creek 37-yard line. And I think they'll call a timeout, decide what they want to do here.
They're bringing a special teams unit. I can't tell if this is the punting unit or... Nope.
Oh, he's going to punt. At least he's showing punt.
Well, Carter's on the field.
Carter's on the field, and Dillard is not.
I think Carter's going to do the punting here, guys.
Okay.
A shame that one had to be called back because the protection was so good up front. Kazar made a really nice throw and a good catch in traffic there by Jalen Cato. Just really good execution all the way around, and the Laundry takes it away.
Braxton Hart will snap it. And Carter will kick it away. Straight ahead kick inside the 10, and a nice lateral roll out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Goodness sakes, that was well done. So it's 1st and goal at the 5-yard line with a minute 1 remaining. Now maybe your defense can get a turnover.
Well, I know the defensive unit, especially Zach Fisher, is going to be a little bit in tune on this because right there, Brewer who was the return guy, he just laid Fisher out as Fisher was trying to find the ball to put a stop to it before it rolled into the end zone, and then Brewer got up and chirped at a few black jerseys on his way back to the sidelines over there, and was right in front of the super fans, and I think they heard that, didn't they, Rob?
I heard it. Sam Stone had some words for Mr. Brewer, telling him how much he did not appreciate that hit on his teammate.
1st down and a run of about 5 yards up to the 10-yard line. That's Lamar Davis. Gain of 5, make it 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Rob, we mentioned your halftime guest, Adam Gaylor.
Yeah, always great catching up with the Jinx defensive coordinator. A couple of things that didn't make the final cut on that interview. You know, talk to him about just him being a candidate for coaching position just because he's been such a well-known coordinator because of the success he had. And he had some great words of wisdom I'll share with you guys after this play.
Here's a 2nd down and 5 play, and Davis nowhere to go, a gain of a yard. Go ahead.
You know, everybody's kind of heard the term happy wife, happy life. Well, he said, you know, sometimes he'll go to his wife, and the thing that she tells him over and over again is, "Don't screw up happy." And I think those are some great words to live by. He feels that Jinx is just such a special place. His kids love it here. His family loves it here. This whole community has embraced him, and he's in it, guys. So look forward to hearing more from him at halftime.
Good deal. Well, Keith Riggs, even though he is in pain with a left foot and a stress fracture in a boot, and had to take some Tylenol before the game. Hopefully his pain threshold withstands a nice 21-0 lead here at halftime. Let's go down to him.
Yeah, Don King is up there in the booth asking if your pain threshold is being helped by the fact that it's 21-0 at halftime here.
We won't worry about my pain until after the game.
Talk a little bit about the start for your offense to come out and put those kind of drives together right off the hot. What does it mean to this team to jump on the Antlers early the way you did?
Well, a quick start against a really good team is always huge, you know. Offensively, I felt like we played really well. Defensively as well, they've got an outstanding offense. So to hold them to 0 points in a half is outstanding. But we got another half we got to play too.
Well, you saw a talented quarterback last week and a step up this week against Grady Adamson. We talked a lot about him in the pregame and what he's been able to do this year for their offense. How have you guys been able to contain him so well so far?
Well, we've been able to get some pressure on him and not give him some open passing lanes, which has really helped. And our secondary is playing really well as well.
And how about Kazar coming in relief of Owen Jones? I know you hate to see your starting quarterback go down, but the sophomore stepped up and played well so far.
He came in and did a really good job. Yeah, I hate that we got that holding penalty there at the end, but, you know, it is what it is. But really pleased with how he came in and performed.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Thanks. Best of luck in the second half.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, thank you, Rob. And riding into the locker room with Coach Riggs, brought to you by Classic Chevrolet, where you can ride to Owasso and check out all of the new cars for 2025. They're open tomorrow, 8:30 to 8:30, ClassicChevrolet.net. Halftime report brought to you by Matt McCoy Insurance is coming up next on the Jinx Audio Network and Trojan TV.
At Window World of Tulsa, we're helping to reduce your energy costs with Energy Star rated windows and doors. Quality windows that look beautiful and save you money. Sliding patio doors for space-saving convenience. And weather-tight construction ensures year-round comfort. Ask us about financing that's available for up to 10 years, plus Window World's lifetime warranty. Your savings are worth the call to Window World of Tulsa. Window World of Tulsa, improving homes, changing lives.
5 years ago, the late Allan Trimble created the Extra Mile to honor the parents and caregivers of children with special needs by providing a free night of respite care for children aged 3 to 13 years old. While parents and caregivers enjoy dinner, their children enjoy a separate meal and a full evening of fun activities in a safe and medically supported environment. Find out how you can be a part of this amazing evening, Saturday, November 9th, by going to TrimbleStrong.org or find them on social media.
Welcome to the Jenks Trojan Halftime Report. We'll recap the first half, look back at this date in Trojan history, recall great players of the past, and look over scores from around the area. Brought to you by Matt McCoy Insurance. Bundle and save with your State Farm agent, Matt McCoy, recognized as one of the top agents in Oklahoma.
3, 2, 1.
At Allan Trimble Stadium, the Trojans lead at 21-0. They scored on the opening possession of the game, going 80 yards in 9 plays. A pass to Malachi Dillard, 34 yards, set up a 1-yard plunge by K.D. Jones. And then after a punt, a 3 and out, the Trojans got the ball at the 14-yard line and had a nice drive of 86 yards. And they overcame a penalty to boot as well. They got a 20-yard pass play to KD, a 25-yard pass play to Nathan Domek, and a 26-yard pass play to Samaj Stanford to get it inside the 10. Owen Jones then ran in from 4 yards out. The Trojans led 14-0 going into the second quarter. And then they got the ball back late in the second quarter and had a nice 49-yard four-play drive. A 21-yard pass play to K.D. Jones makes it 21-0 here at halftime. When we come back, Rob Labor visits with the Jinx defensive coordinator, Adam Gaylor, and we go around campus with Eric Fox next on the Jinx Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Hello, Tulsa. It's your friend Rusty Banks at Classic Chevrolet.
All right, DK, these are going to roll from one to the other. There's no There's no stop set.
There should be a commercial in between.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're good. I'm going to step away for a second, and I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
We got like 13 minutes.
Okay.
When you think Chevrolet, think Classic Chevrolet. Classic Chevrolet of Owasso, where a handshake still matters.
Sale price at $20,000, 84 months, 5.99%, 0 down with approved credit.
During these hot days, have you noticed how your home air conditioning unit can't keep you as cool as you'd like? It may be more than the blistering heat outside. That's why it's a good idea to call Innovative Air Pros and have them check your units. They're your home pros for heating and cooling, and now they're available to take care of any plumbing issues you might have. Why not call them at 918-299-1955 and take care of both at the same time? Innovative Air Pros is locally owned and operated, so they sponsor the area veterans and sports teams every chance they get. Innovative Air Pros, 299-1955.
And welcome back to the Trojan Football Halftime Report here, presented by Matt McCoy Insurance on the Jinx Football Audio Network. I'm Rob Labor, and thrilled to be joined, as always, by Jinx Defensive Coordinator Adam Gaylor, as we like to catch up here once a year, Coach. So I guess start off by kind of giving me your assessment of where you stand 6 games into the season with this defense, what you have really liked, where you feel like you've made the most gains, and what you feel like is maybe something that's still keeping you up at night.
Well, I don't get much sleep during football season, just as it is. All the offenses we play are really good, and yeah, don't.
The Jenks Trojan Pride. Jinx Trojan Pride. The Trojan Pride Marching Band is the 2018 Bands of America Grand National Finalist, a 12-time Bands of America Regional and Super Regional Finalist, a 20-time Oklahoma Bandmasters Association State Marching Championships Top 6 finalist, and a 2-time participant in the Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California. In addition, the Trojan Pride Concert Bands are a 4-time Bands of America National Concert Band Festival Honor Group, a 6-time Oklahoma Music Educators State Convention Honor Group, and an OSSA Sweepstakes recipient since 1985. They lastly are the 2015 Grand Champion for the inaugural President's Cup National Concert Band Festival Invitational in Washington, D.C. Tonight's Trojan Pride halftime performance has been sponsored by Brent Hager State Farm, Mindset Instruction Training, Quality Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, Horizon Stewardship, Ron Henderson Allstate, Andy B's O Social, and Sawyer Manufacturing. To find out how you or your business can help support the Trojan Pride, visit our website at www.jinxband.com.
Welcome to Tulsa ER and Hospital, your trusted partner in healthcare. As a
activities and attitude, but I see a lot of similarities between that.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal Hospital.
On this field of stars and stripes, champions are born. Here, the Friday night lights offer a different view, where the lines of protection extend from sea to shining sea, and the bravery to tackle challenges extends on and off the field of battle. At Cherokee Federal, we stand with our warfighters. We work 24/7 to build strategic solutions, solve complex challenges, and serve our military and veteran community with compassion and heart. For every star, every stripe, we stand committed to supporting America's greatest team.
When you've got to spend some time away, there's no better place for your best friend to stay than Woodland West Pet Resort. With 17,000 square feet of fun, you can both take a no-guilt vacation. Relax, both of you. Pick up a new skill. Chow down on some well-deserved vacation food. Make new friends. Have a spa day. And finally, come home to your best friend. Woodland West Pet Resort. Sit, stay, and play. Located next to Woodland West Animal Hospital off Highway 75 in the Jenks exit.
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further for our customers, our employees, and our tribe. We march forward together in the pursuit of excellence because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
Woodland West Pet Resort and Animal Hospital, also proud sponsors of Jinx Cheer and Jinx Palm. Now looking at the individual stats brought to you by Innovative Air Pros, heating, air conditioning, and now plumbing at 918-299-9999. 1955. KD Jones with the entertaining first half, 14 carries for 70 yards, 2 catches for 41 yards and a touchdown. He also has a 1-yard touchdown run. And so 111 yards total offense for KD in the first half. By the way, he has 14 carries moving past Bobby Klink for 7th on the all-time Jinx list. He now has 365 carries. In 6th place is Kewan Jones with 390. So he's got about 36 carries to go to pass Papa.
I bet you he can get that done. We'll see how things go.
Yes, hopefully he can get that done here in the next few weeks.
I was talking to Kewan last week, and we talked about, kind of where this stacks up. And one of the things that's interesting, you mentioned both Kewan and Bobby, they were playing at the same time, and they really did alternate a lot of snaps. And so, those are 2 tailbacks. And then you got one of your favorite guys, Kerwin Vanfield, in the mix there too, and so those guys split a lot of carries throughout their entire career.
They did indeed, and Vanfield, as Allan Trimble always said, he's probably the best number 3 running back in the state of Oklahoma, no question. And they ran the ball, so methodically back then. Scott McCoy, the quarterback, would be lucky to get off 15 passes in a game because they were just so dominant in running the football. Didn't need to pass.
And we weren't behind a whole lot of games, and there were games that, maybe in the 4th quarter those guys didn't play, or sometimes the 3rd quarter they didn't play much. So, but KD's done a great job, and he's just come into this system and he's made a huge difference. And he showed his diversity, he showed his skill set, he showed all the different things that he can do.
to be coming up on the audio here. So back to action here in Jinx. We apologize for the issues. We just lost our feed on the radio side, so we will plug you in to the Trojan TV streaming side. Wow, I'm not sure what happened tonight, but that was a bizarre power surge that we had of some sort. Nevertheless, here we are back to action. It's 21-0. And Don King, Eric Fox, Rob Labor with you.
So we had a DJ Carter interception that people on Trojan TV got to see, and then came back and Landon Gazar is in for the injured Owen Jones. He hits Domek on a nice pass, and then KD has a good run there on first down.
So the Trojans have the ball. At the 20-yard line. KD for just a yard, and that's it. And so it'll bring up, I think, fourth down. Or is this, fourth down, isn't it?
No, this will be third down.
Third down.
Here, and KD's going to come out of the game.
Go ahead, Rob.
No, I was going to say it is third down. Down here, it looks like about 3rd and 2, maybe 3rd and 1.5.
3rd and 2 from the Deer Creek 18. Pass over the middle. McAnally gets away for a first down. Not by much, but he did a nice job to make his second reception of the night.
So Finch came in for KD. He was needing a break or a little breather, and so they show Finch out in the flat, and then McAnally comes back underneath for a H screen, and he is able to put a stiff arm down and pick up just enough to get that first down.
So first down for KD. Drives to the 15-yard line.
Unreal job by McAnally on that last play, guys, because the Deer Creek defense actually read that well. They were all over him. He was surrounded by white jerseys as soon as he caught that ball, and that's just battle level and compete there to gain that extra maybe 2.5 feet that he needed.
So here we go on 2nd and 7. Kazar is back at quarterback, throws, and Dillard has it. Was he in bounds? No, he was out of bounds.
I think they said he had it, but then maybe he was bobbling it when he went down, and they say he lost control of it. Rob, is that?
I don't know if the indication is bobble or that he was out of bounds. He did make a catch, I thought, cleanly and put his foot down, but I think his foot was on the line, guys. I just don't think there was enough green between his toes and the sideline there. So I think just didn't quite get the foot where it needed to be.
Don't start talking about bobbling pass receptions out of bounds, Coach.
I won't say a word about the Union game.
3rd and 7 at the Deer Creek 15-yard line. Trojans up 21-0 starting the third quarter. Kazar, quarterback, out to McAnally, and he'll scoot down to about the 11-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and 3.
And I think they're going to keep the offense on the field. They're bringing in Brody Henderson. They're bringing in... Well, I'm confused. They brought in an extra lineman. They brought in Brody Henderson and an extra tight end. They brought in McAnally for a jumbo package here.
It's KD trying to get loose. Not going to do it. He's going to be a couple of yards shy, and so Deer Creek holds here at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they went jumbo package and put KD up into the interior line of scrimmage, and he was stopped shy and then looked like he might have a chance to bounce it to go ahead and make something, but they were really doing a good job of gang tackling and grabbing a hold of him and just not giving him any room to get loose.
So they'll take over at the 10-yard line. The way the defense is played, though, you have to, you're forcing them to go 90 yards.
designed quarterback run there, similar to what Mustang had really just one good play on last week. When they ran the quarterback up the middle, they go ahead and sprint the running back outside.
Yeah, guys, Grady Adamson and Brody Henderson have become so familiar with each other tonight. I feel like they're making contact on just about every play. I'm just waiting for them to ask each other if they want to be best friends.
I don't think they do.
Back to pass and sacked inside the 5-yard line. Back at the 2.
Luke McAnally, Jack Wiltshire putting a lot of pressure. Brody Henderson in there driving those offensive linemen back into the face of the quarterback, and I think it was McAnally who finally gets him to the ground. Those guys are just doing a great job up front. Pangburn, Wiltshire, McAnally, and then Brody Henderson as a stand-up outside linebacker, defensive end position there.
Here's Brody Henderson with another nice tackle.
Yeah, they faked the dive to the tailback, and Brody Henderson uses his speed down the line of scrimmage to go ahead and tackle Adamson. He does pick up a little bit of a gain, but not anything near what he needs to get the first down. So Adamson will go back to punt as Samaj goes back to try to field it. He's been able to return one for a pretty good pickup. The line drive that he's able to field again.
Nice job at the 45-yard line. Trying to escape, can turn the corner, and out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
I think he ran about 28 yards to get 6 or so, but I do like to see him with the ball in his hand. He's always dangerous, especially when he gets out on that edge. And one of the things you worry about is if anybody's going to have a block in the back or a hold on a situation like that when the returner reverses field, and good discipline by the return unit there on that.
So that'll bring up a first down at the 32-yard line. Cato for a short gain, 4 yards.
Just throw a little hitch route right there. Pretty good timing. Landon's getting the ball out of his hands right about the time Cato turns around. And, you know, we've seen him take a play like that and burst past that first guy, but still not a bad pickup for 5 on first down and a good throw. You got to build that confidence to that young quarterback.
Here's a pass inside the 20 for a first down to the 18-yard line. That's going to go to Domek.
Sorry, DK. Latest update on Owen Jones, guys. Down here on the sidelines, his return is being described as doubtful. What was explained to me was a mild injury to that throwing shoulder. So it sounds like if they absolutely needed him, he may be able to go back in, but right now, not the case.
Caleb Barnett to about the 16-yard line.
PA announcer having the same problem we have every now and then, Colin Barnett, Stanford, and looking at his back there. But that's the first time that Caleb's had his name called tonight, really. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get him back worked into some more touches. So on 2nd and 8 here from the left hash. Landon takes the snap, hands off to KD Jones. KD pushes it around the right side back to the middle of the field for a pickup of about 5 or so.
Oh, did you have it off the internet? Okay. All right.
Well, not as many as I thought, Rob. I'm sorry. I'm not the man, DK. Missed that spot.
Well, I was going to say the failed 4th down conversion on the last drive, might as well roll the dice there and go for it. Doesn't really hurt you with what you mentioned, your defense playing so well. And here they are right back in the same position just a couple minutes later in the same part of the field facing 3rd and 5.
But they're in field goal range at the 13-yard line. Needing 5 for Gazard. Nice pass, wide open. KD. He steps into the end zone for his 3rd score of the night. That was easy.
The closest person to KD Jones right there was the guy on the sideline holding the down marker. I mean, there was nobody over there. They faked the handoff to him. He keeps on going downfield. The outside receivers run an in route, and they totally lose sight of KD. That's just a guy you cannot lose sight of. And it seems like an easy throw, Rob, but sometimes the guys that are wide open are the hardest ones to hit. Landon does a nice job making that completion there.
Yeah, he's been really poised in the pocket since coming in for Owen Jones, and having KD out there to catch the ball, to be your receiver, is a pretty good feeling too when you see that guy open. So nice job all around from this Trojan offense.
All right, so there's a break in the action with 3:52 to go here in the third quarter. And it is Jinx 28 and Edmond Deer Creek nothing on Jinx Audio Network and Trojan TV. So this will be a pass and did Domek catch it or Barnett is?
It's Barnett. They're calling it a catch.
So Barnett makes the catch right at the first down marker.
That might be a fortuitous call there, guys. I thought that ball was moving a little bit, but the way that Caleb Barnett's body was positioned, he sort of had the ball shielded away from the side, Judge. So it would be super interesting to see a replay, but as it is, went down and got the ball, and official thought he was able to pick it off the turf for a catch.
So on 4th and 1, KD is able to get just past that line to gain, needed a yard and got about yard and 3/4 to go ahead and move the sticks. Well, they gave him a different spot. He needed a yard and he got barely a yard.
The Trojans leading 28-0 here. And
Number 2, KD Jones on the carry.
so Trojans leading 28-0 as we wind down the third quarter.
For Deer Creek. Gain of 1 on the play.
You got to think as this quarter winds down, they've got all 10 guys up by the line of scrimmage, Rob. So you got to think this next second down play, they continue that, they're going to have to air the ball out.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter with the score Jinx 28 and Deer Creek 0. And we're coming back with the fourth quarter in a moment on the Jinx Audio Network and Trojan TV.
On this field of stars and stripes, champions are born. Here, the Friday night lights offer a different view, where the lines of protection extend from sea to shining sea, and the bravery to tackle challenges extends on and off the field of battle. At Cherokee Federal, we stand with our warfighters. We work 24/7 to build strategic solutions, solve complex challenges, and serve our military and veteran community with compassion and heart. For every star, every stripe, we stand committed to supporting America's greatest team.
Back to the fourth quarter where the Trojans are leading at 28-0. Don King, Eric Fox, Rob Labor with you. Mason Prince producing on the Trojan TV side. And Preston Gooding on the radio side. We apologize for the audio disruptions on the radio side of all things tonight. We've had some sort of outage here in the booth, but hey, we're soldiering on. And with a 28-0 lead, we start the fourth quarter.
Speaking of soldiering on, it's good to hear from the Saban family. All three of those boys are together. They don't get a chance to get together very often, so shout out to the Sabans, JoJo, Sam, Jake, listening in tonight. Glad that they're joining the broadcast.
You bet. And thanks to Kevin Saban for all he does with Our Best Bank, donating $1 for every point scored by the Trojans tonight and this season. Coming into tonight's game, 158. You can add 28 more to that. Going to the Trimble Strong Foundation. Here's a pass out to KD, and he's hit immediately and down at the 30-yard line. So that'll be a loss of a few yards, about 7, and set up fourth down.
KD was there in the flat, and Landon was looking downfield to see if he could find something else. He comes back to KD a little bit late, gives the flat player a chance to come up and make a big play. But they're keeping the offense on the field, not trying to field goal. But it's 4th and, 13, 14 now. 4 wide receivers in the game.
4th and 12. Kazar back to pass. Has time, sets up a screen, and KD's met immediately. Nice defensive play by the Antlers. And you can credit number 21, Zaire Fisher, one of their senior cornerbacks, to come up and make the play.
And KD is down. Took a hard hit kind of low as soon as he caught that ball. Fisher basically was spying him the past 2 plays. He's just come up and put a big lick on KD the last 2 times that he's made those pass receptions.
Well, let's hope he's okay. Owen Jones is out of the game. Now KD is shaken up, and I understand that the backup running back, Aiden Jordan, might be unavailable tonight. So here's Adamson on first down. The line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line, in trouble and throws it away.
Again, they've got linemen downfield because it's a screen play. Finally, they throw the flag. It's a screen. The defensive line does a great job. They read the screen, and so then they fall back. Adamson has nowhere to go with it. Then Wiltshire brings some delayed pressure. He scrambles and throws it downfield, but you've got, by that time, 4 or 5 offensive linemen that are well into the defensive secondary, so glad to see them finally make that call. They missed one earlier. But great job of recognition by that defensive line, realizing the screenplay, falling back and covering it, giving Adamson nowhere to go with it, but still going ahead and bringing some pressure on him to make him get rid of the ball.
Just their second penalty of the night. There's the back of the 25-yard line. So basically a loss of 6 on the play. 2nd and 16 from the 25-yard line. Adamson, quick pass. Caught. One-on-one tackle. Shockley gets run over and out of bounds up near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Shockley's sitting there on it. He's reading it. Just doesn't get him down on the ground. Then Sam comes over from the top from his safety position and goes ahead and gets him out.
Look at this attempt at the tackle here on Corby Moore. He's pretty tough. Big guy.
Strong running back for sure.
Or Lamar Davis, rather, the running back. Up at the 38-yard line, so it's 3rd down and 3, or 2nd down and 3. Nothing going on there. By the way, Coach Fox, great job on Buddy Baseball last Sunday.
A lot of fun.
Great time.
A lot of fun. The kids do a great job, coaches, and the parents that organize all that stuff. And so I just come in and read the script. It's about all I got to do. But they do a great job. It's such a wonderful day. Hopefully we can talk about it a little bit more.
3rd and 1 here from the 40-yard line. Jinx up 28-0 early in the 4th quarter. Led 14-0 after 1, 21-0 at halftime. Going into this 4th quarter, 24-0, and Adamson is stretching out for what appears to be a first down.
Interesting right there. He walks up like he did the last time, and you saw the defense was ready for it. They go ahead and tighten their alignment. They're ready for him to try the quick sneak. So he backs off and fakes the handoff and then keeps it around the end. But nice adjustment by the defense to be prepared for that.
Coach Fox, do you think that... I'll ask you the question after this play.
So here's a pass up to the 45-yard line.
I was going to say, Coach Fox, do you think the Antlers offense maybe thought that they saw something they could exploit in this Jinx defense in the quarterback run game, because they continue to go back to it again and again? It just has not been there for Deer Creek tonight. The Trojans have defended that aspect of their offense extremely well.
Well, they got to go with something, right? I mean, you got to run a play. And, you look at the scoreboard and what this defensive unit's been able to do, there's nothing that's been there consistently. So it's really hard as an offensive coordinator to call plays when you've got nothing that's really been working for you.
It's been an A-plus defense tonight, holding this Deer Creek team to no points, coming in averaging 43 points a game. A-plus Roofing, one of the proud sponsors of Trojan football. Running play, they'll get up to midfield, and for the second time tonight, they're going to be in Jinx territory.
But back to your point, Rob, I mean, this quarterback is one of the top-rated players in the state for a reason. So, I mean, you got to get him involved. You got to keep him involved. He's not been able to be involved when he's extending the plays in the passing game because this defensive line has put so much pressure on him and sacked him. I guarantee he's been sacked more tonight than he's been sacked all year long.
3rd and 1 at the Jinx 49-yard line. Empty backfield. Adamson going to run all the way. Oh, he finds an opening. Zach Fisher trying to bring him down, and finally a lot of black shirts there, not before Adamson gets another first down. Mark this at the 39. That's a gain of 10.
And the coaching staff's not going to be happy with that. But on the other hand, I mean, this has been a physical game, and they've said from the very beginning, we've got to be more physical. The last couple games that we've won, we've been the more physical team. The games that we've lost, we haven't been the more physical team. So their goal tonight was to be the most physical team, and that has been very successful so far for this defensive unit.
Empty backfield again, and they throw it out to Davis, and this time he's cut down in the open field. Nice play by Shockley that time. And a loss of a yard.
That Shockley does a nice job. He's sitting out there when the back goes in motion. He's coming up. He breaks down. It's not a vicious tackle, but he doesn't need to do that. He's got to be a secure tackle right there in one-on-one out on the island, and he does a nice job with it, getting him to the ground.
2nd and 11 from the Jinx 40-yard line. Tight end in motion. He'll go out. Adamson goes back and is going to run it. And, he gets through the tackle of Henderson. That doesn't happen often. And now a 9-yard run down to the 31. Actually, the mark is at a 32.
Yeah, Brody does a nice job of reading it, and he gets over there, but he doesn't get him wrapped up. And again, Adamson is a big physical quarterback. He's able to come away. But, even though he's making some plays and making some runs, it really looks like he's running for his life. So it's fight or flight right now for Adamson in this Antler offense.
3rd and 2 at the Jinx 32-yard line. Adamson back, pressure's on. They throw the slips, the tunnel screen, and caught, but not enough. Davis is going to be cut down for a loss of a yard.
Sam Stone plays that great. I mean, they've got that big tight end, 84, coming out there to block on the perimeter, and Sam is able to evade the blocker and make a secure tackle on a skilled guy. That's why he got even some more offers this week, I think, to TU.
Yeah, TU, and is going to Utah State this weekend. And that should give him 300 tackles in his career, and he will become one of 5 players to accumulate 300 tackles in a Jinx career. Adamson throwing off his back foot, and that one's picked off inside the 10-yard line.
Phenomenal job right there. Pangburn just, so many guys are putting pressure on him, and Pangburn is about to finish him off, and Brody Henderson back there giving pursuit, and so, that's one where Adamson maybe gets some other competition, can just kind of force something downfield, but he does not have enough on it as he's trying to elude the pressure from the defense, and Dillard comes up and makes a big play. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, Grady Adamson's going to be seeing black jerseys in his nightmares tonight because he has just been running for his life, guys. They hit him early. They have hit him often. He has not been comfortable in the pocket all night long, or out of the pocket for that matter, and that's just a play made out of sheer desperation. There's nothing there. You're just trying to make a play, and the Jinx defense has been all over it. 2 interceptions on the entire season coming into the night. He's thrown 2 picks here in the second half.
Yeah, sure has. And Caleb Dillard is the one that had the interception, and it worked really just like a punt because that was a 4th down play. But still, it's hard for us, a defensive back, to just knock it down, get better field position. You want to get that interception, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. And, in KD, the last couple of snaps, first of all, it's good to see KD back out there. Took a pretty hard hit. But that's a pretty good first down pickup that he hasn't had on the last couple of drives.
Gain of 4, so it's 2nd and 6 from the 12-yard line. Jinx up 28-0. He's busting up the middle to the 20. First down to the 25-yard line, a gain of 13. These guys, with it being fall break, will get the next 2 days off and then come in Sunday to look at the tape of this game. And then get back at it next week. We'll be in Moore next Friday night. 7 o'clock will be the kickoff. As the Trojans, if they win this game and they're up 28-0 with 3:40 to go, will control 2nd place in the district. They'll go to 3-1. Deer Creek will drop to 3-1, and Norman could very well go to 3-1 tonight. Here's Logan Finch into the game, and he busted up to the 45-yard line, first down, a gain of 20.
Great job for Logan. He's been in a couple situations and really contributed, but right there has a nice run of his own.
Gonna bring this one back. Oh, yeah, flag down.
No, I didn't see that flag. It happened on the edge over there, I guess. We're back to going to More America next
Yes,
week, Don.
their hometown.
Well, and back to Moore Lions Stadium because they built a new stadium for the Southmore Sabercats. They built a new stadium for the Westmore Jaguars. So it's going to be like old times for me. It's going to be back to Moore Lions Stadium.
Yes.
It was just Moore Stadium since all three schools were using that, but now they have new facilities. They have made upgrades to the Moore Lions Stadium as well as building a new stadium for Westmore and Southmore. So it'll be fun to get back there next week.
So here is a first down and 8 after the penalty. And we've got another player down.
Dillard is hurt bad.
Man.
He's in a lot of pain. I know Rob's right there on it. I don't know. It looked like they came in low and hard, and Dillard was immediately in a lot of pain.
Yeah, that's a tough one to watch, guys. Right down here in front of the Jinx sideline and getting up, writhing in pain. The defender had him around the ankle, and then as he was lunging forward, that ankle got twisted pretty severely, and you see a lot of concerned Trojans gathering around their teammate Malachi Dillard right now.
So back to Buddy Baseball. Last Sunday, the Jinx baseball program, for those that don't know, the 19th annual Buddy Baseball, where the baseball team gets together with the Special Olympians for Jinx, and they get to play 2 innings and run around the bases, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great mentoring program for the baseball program, and Grady Weiss was part of it. Grady's part of my family, and Taden Fine and Cade Klein were gracious enough to spend some time with Grady last week.
Yeah, I think our baseball players do a tremendous job. Of course, there's all sorts of organization from the booster club and the coaching staff, but they're buddies, they're Special Olympian partners, have a lot of fun, and it's all about them. There's a pizza party and some cupcakes at the end, lots of smiles, and I'll tell you, Dom, Grady can run those base paths.
He can he? Second, a little bit of a gain, so it's 2nd and 10, and Finch for about 3 yards. Yeah, Grady is a ham, so he enjoys the crowds. Enjoys the crowds. Hey, speaking of shout-outs, I want to give a shout-out to Colby Parsons. I don't know if you've seen this story on Channel 2. Colby assaulted in Stillwater. He and his girlfriend, of course, Colby, a former Jenks Trojan football player from just a few years back, and glad that he's on the mend, and the people that accosted him apparently are being charged with assault, and so we wish him the best and a speedy recovery.
Yeah, it was a pretty gruesome incident.
3rd and 7 here at the 27-yard line, and a timeout's been called by the Trojans, so we'll take a break with 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. It's Jinx 28 and Edmond Deer Creek nothing on the Jinx Audio Network.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal Hospital.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
So back to action, where the Trojans have 3rd down and 7 at their own 27-yard line. K.D. Jones with 3 touchdowns tonight. But injuries to Owen Jones and Malachi Dillard. Here's a fumble up at about the 32-yard line. And we've got a new running back into the game. Again, Aiden Jordan is out of the game, and this is... 32 is listed as Lincoln, or that's 35.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's Henderson.
Yeah, Jamiathan Henderson. His first carry and for the Trojans. this season, and they pick up a 4. And they bring up 4th down. Timeout, Deer Creek. Well, this date in history, let me get back to this. October 17th, 2003, Trojans number 9 hosted number 3, Owasso. Trojans had lost a couple of early games, including the game at Union 37-0. But they retaliated. They lost to Broken Arrow in the district, but came back and smothered Owasso here at Jinx. Andrew Brewer completed 10 of 12 passes for 169 yards, including scoring tosses of 14 and 28 yards. Also scored on a quarterback sneak. The offensive coordinator that year was Jay Wilkinson. And Freddie Carolina scored 3 touchdowns in that game as the Trojans rolled over Owasso quite easily that night, 47-7.
That was Coach Wilkinson's first year as offensive coordinator here. We forgot to mention Coach Wilkinson also spent some time at Deer Creek.
Yeah, I did not know that. There's the snap back. And a nice punt. The snapper in place of Braxton Hart was Sam McEwen, 6'2", 214-pound sophomore. So Caleb Dillard's punt goes from the Jinx 31. And they're going to mark this at the 36-yard line. So 33-yard kick, which is his season average. 1st and 10. Deer Creek with 1:34 remaining. Well, not often that the Antlers get shut out. I mean, they have been outstanding the last 3 years under Wade Stanley. They were good from 1999 through 2001. They had a good run where they won a championship over Cassia Hall in 2000. They were back in 3A at that time, now moving up to 6A1, and Brody Henderson almost had another sack. Anderson is going to run out of bounds up at the 42-yard line, a gain of about 8.
Yeah, Brody's a little frustrated with himself. I think he thought that the quarterback was going to get rid of the ball, and Coach Gaylor was saying, hey, wrap him up. So looked like Brody was kind of pulling off, expecting the quarterback to dump that really quickly, and he did not. But again, he's showing he's physical because he pinballs off of Brody and makes 8 yards running for his life.
So 2nd and 2, and Adamson, who hasn't had much success passing, is going to run again and get a 1st down across the 50. Pushed out of bounds at the Jinx 45-yard line. 3rd time they've been in Jinx Trojan territory.
Just in case you think that coaches have kind of checked this game in, you got pretty much everybody still. You got Pangburn in, you've got a couple of other defensive linemen in, but you've got Brody Henderson still in there, Sam Stone still in there, Jay Sager still in there.
Backup secondary, Castleberry, Carricker are in. So some of the backup guys in the secondary for Adamson, who drops straight back. Orlando Williams gives chase, and down he goes.
Nice job there by Williamson as he's trying to step up into the pocket. Williamson wraps him up. They go ahead and call another timeout. The good thing about this is the Trojans are going to walk out here with another district win. You think that kind of sets them up for at least 2nd place in the district, which gives you a 1st-round playoff bye when the playoffs begin. But the other thing, you're carrying your maximum points in as well.
Norman is leading at Moore 42-21. They're about to go 3-1 in district play. Bigsby's all over Enid tonight. That's a final 56-14. And tomorrow night, Mustang at Edmond North. Mustang will be heavily favored in that game. So yeah, the Trojans will go to 3-1, be tied with Norman and Deer Creek at 3-1 in district, but they have the tiebreaker since they've beaten both of those teams. And would have that 1st-round bye on November 15th. Trojan football brought to you by Window World of Tulsa. Your exterior remodeler, owned and operated locally for a number of years. WindowWorldTulsa.com. Second and 8 from the Jinx 43-yard line with 1:07 to go. Adamson flushed out of the pocket, and this is picked off at the 35-yard line. Up near midfield, and down goes the Jinx Trojan, Sam Stone. Is that Stone with the pick? It is. That is his 8th career interception, and that puts him in the Jinx record books. I think that's the 5th most in Jinx Trojan history.
Sam's just back there reading the quarterback all the way. Go ahead, Rob.
Just a beautiful cherry on top of this defensive performance tonight, guys. I mean, Sam Stone in perfect position. Again, Adamson on the run, and Sam Stone just back there reading the quarterback's eyes and taking that one away for the third pick of the half. Again, just a masterful defensive performance. This D-line has been dominating tonight. The coverage has been good all night long. Great game plan by Adam Gaylor. What else can you say about this Trojan defense?
Big night as they take a knee for Sam Stone. His tackles tonight put him at 300 in his career. He's one of only 5 Jinx Trojans to ever get to 300 tackles. Rocky Kalmus is the all-time leader at 338. Luke Turner's next at 333. Jake Crisp is next at 328. And then Trent Tabor at 310. And now Sam Stone just over 300, and then that interception ties him with Matt McCoy, Blaine Cooper, Matt Linscott, Braden Caleb, and Dylan Harding with 8 career interceptions. That's tied for 4th on the list. The all-time leaders, Darren Haas with 14, Jason Carter with 11, and Terry McCowan with 9.
Those are some
good names, right?
Great names.
Yes. This one comes to an end, and the Trojans have won it 28-0. And when we come back after this break, we'll hear from the head coach of the Jenks Trojans, Keith Riggs. So stay with us on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV. All right. Oh, he didn't call me back. Let's see. Oh, there he is.
Are we on?
Here we go, back to Allan Trimble Stadium, where the Trojans win at 28-0, and down to Rob.
All right, thanks, DK. Down here on the field with Trojan head coach Keith Riggs. And Coach, what if I had told you before the game that you would be playing against a team that averages 40+, you shut them out, you do it without your starting quarterback for 2.5 quarters, what would you have said to that?
I think I would have said I'd take that, right? Really proud of the defense. I mean, they've got an explosive offense. Quarterback's really good. To get a shutout tonight. And our offense did some great things. I'd like to finish a couple of those drives there in the second half, but we'll learn from that when we watch film this weekend. And ultimately, we got the win and we got our district points.
a complete defensive performance, no doubt, but the guys up front really stood out. I mean, McAnally, Wiltshire, Pangburn had a massive game. Brody Henderson was everywhere tonight. What allowed those guys to be so effective all night long?
Well, Coach Gaylor talks a lot about wanting to be the most physical team on the field, and they were. They won the line of scrimmage, get versus the run and the pass. Getting pressure on their quarterback was really big for us.
We talked a little bit about it at halftime, but just how big it was to sort of follow up on the momentum you created last week in Mustang with those first few offensive drives. I want to ask you particularly about the offensive line and how you see that unit progressing. It seems like they're playing their best football of the year so far.
Well, they are. They get better every week. It was a little rocky early in the season up front, but they've continued to work, and we've put together some great drives because of those guys.
I know that, there were a few weeks there where you guys ran a gauntlet with Union, Owasso, and Bixby, a really difficult schedule. But what you've been able to do over the last couple of weeks, what does that do for this team and the mindset, the confidence moving forward?
Well, it does. It builds our confidence. We're playing well. We talked, our theme a couple weeks ago was positive discontent. We want to be positive about the progress we've made, but not be content with where we're at, and they've really taken that approach.
And then I know it's always good to get a win. It's always difficult to see guys go down with injury. What do you know about those guys who are dinged up, in particular your quarterback?
Yeah, Owen's going to be fine. The doctors looked at him. I think he probably could have gone back in if we really had to. So I think he'll be fine next week. And don't know about Malachi at this point. That happened kind of late in the game.
I'm hearing a rumor that you guys are taking Saturday off. What are you going to do with yourself?
Probably watch a lot of college football.
There you go. Congrats, Coach. Appreciate it. Great win tonight.
Thank you, Rob.
Back upstairs, guys.
All right. Thank you, Rob. And he needs to get off that foot, tell him. And elevate, rice, what is it, rest, elevation, compression, and ice for that ankle stress fracture tomorrow. So the Trojans win at 28-0. We'll come back and wrap it up here in just a moment on Jinx Audio Network and Trojan TV. Back at Allan Trimble Stadium, Don King, Eric Fox, Rob Labor with you as we wrap it up. Trojans win at 28-0. Katie Jones with 3 touchdowns tonight, 2 on the receiving end and 1 on the running end. And so things just got off to a great start to Coach Fox, and the Trojans scored the first time they had the ball on an 80-yard drive and then an 86-yard drive to close out that first quarter, and really, I thought, took control of this game.
Yeah, they wanted to start out fast, start physical, and execute and get on top of these guys because, again, these guys have not played from behind and not had to deal with a team like the Trojans so far. And so they just really wanted to make sure, kind of like in the Norman game, that they took care of business early and set the tone for things. I think the first drive was great. Then you come back with the first defensive series, and you get 2 sacks, and I think he'd been sacked maybe twice all year, and he's sacked twice in that first opening drive, right? So that kind of set the tone for the defense as well because they went 3 out, and then the offense got the ball back, Rob, and came right down the field. So as far as executing the game plan, not making big mistakes, setting the tone early, being the most physical team, and executing on both sides of the ball, I think they accomplished those objectives.
Check, 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 and check. I mean, as good as you can execute when you drop the game plan in the week and in the week of preparation. I mean, this was a dream start for the Trojans, and I think it continued. They just never let their foot off the gas. I don't think they ever let the Antlers breathe. Maybe the most breath that the Antlers had all night was their giant inflatable tunnel that had blue smoke coming out of their nostrils. But other than that, they were not able to be comfortable at all. And just a testament to the job of this coaching staff and these players. And we talk a lot about this year after year. We talk a lot about getting better as the season goes on. I think you're seeing that play out right now. I think we also talk about playing your best football at the key time of the year, and I think they're slowly working toward the peak. You can make the argument that the competition has maybe not been as strong as it was, obviously, those first 3 or 4 weeks of the season, but all you can do is play the teams in front of you, and if you are wanting to be where this team wants to be at the end of the year, you get a team like this on your home field and you take care of business, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, you say that, Rob, and I don't disagree with you. I don't think this is the same caliber as Bixby or Owasso or Union, but on the other hand, this is 7 weeks in a row that the Trojans have played a top 5 team. Every opponent they've had has been ranked in the top 5. I think Edmond Santa Fe was in the top 5. Maybe not. But
5th.
So 7 weeks in a row. I don't ever remember that happening. That we played 7 weeks in a row with a top 5 opponent, and some of those we recognize, we let get out of our grasp, and but the last few, we've really kind of taken care of things. And maybe Mustang wasn't top 5, but they're still a top ranked team,
right?
So I guess I could stand corrected there, but still, I mean, this has been a gauntlet.
It has.
We have not had an easy week. Preparation or anything at all.
Well, as we mentioned going into the broadcast, 7 weeks, the Tulsa World has rated the Jinx game as the number 1 game of the week 5 of those 7 weeks, and the other 2 weeks it was the number 2 game of the week in the metro area. So that tells you a little bit about the strength of schedule.
And we'll go to a road test next week, and they'll be a top, top
should be a top 10.
Well, and it's also, you looked at the last 3 weeks, Norman, Mustang, Deer Creek, you're not just eking out wins, right? These games aren't coming down to the last drive of the fourth quarter. You are completely controlling the game pretty much from start to finish. I think if my math is correct this is math on the fly from a communications guy, so this could be dangerous, right? This is risky. 104-25, I think, is the point differential over the last 3 games combined. It's pretty good. I mean, you're crushing these teams, and I think in doing so, you are building a lot of confidence and a little swagger in this team that was maybe missing a little bit early on. And I talked to Adam Gaylor about it in that halftime interview too. Those 3 games, losing back to back to back against good quality opponents, there's no shame in it, but you run the risk of that being able to maybe create some fractures within the team, maybe create some doubt, and it's been the opposite. It's brought this team together. It's galvanized this team, and I think you're really seeing that these last 3 weeks.
I think another thing, you saw Union tonight take care of Edmond, or Owasso rather, take care of Edmond Memorial, and they came in really looking good. They had won 4 in a row and 5-1 on the season, and you wondered how good they would be, and Owasso dismantled them. So it looks as though it's Owasso, Bixby, Jinx, and Union, as we would suspect maybe down the road. But Jinx does get that first round playoff if they do control their own destiny to win out and finish second to Bixby and get that first round playoff bye.
You just can't look ahead, right?
No, you can't.
You got to take care of the Lions next week. You got to go down there on another road trip. Broken Arrow Tigers are going to want to factor in somehow. So they're going to want to on that other side. I mean, they're going to want to say that they can get up there too. And so I mean, it's we're going to be in week 8. The 8th game of the season, but you got to know enough about high school football in Oklahoma that there's still somebody's going to do something that surprises us.
Right. Gentlemen, it's fall break. You guys have worked hard today, and I know the Trojan TV is ready to turn out the lights, as we are as well. Thank you very much for being patient with us tonight on the radio side and on the Trojan TV side. And again, the final is Jinx 28, and Edmond Deer Creek suffers their first loss of the year. They are shut out here tonight. We'll have more about that on Tuesday night on the radio show at 6:30, Wednesday night on Cox Your View with all the highlights of this game Wednesday night at 6:30, and after that you can catch it on YouTube on Trojan TV. And then we'll be back with you next Friday night, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. Have a great weekend, gentlemen, and we will see you next Friday night when the Trojans travel to Moore, the alma mater of Dr. Eric Fox, to take on the Lions. Until then, we say good night from Jinx.